have your foundation set and then do the boring things. And the other thing is, if it's hard, no one else will follow you. No one's going to follow me through this forest. So the farther ahead you run, the more you do day to day, the farther and farther you're going to be ahead of everyone else.
Jordan, we're super excited to have you three-peat. Yeah?
Two,
Three-time President's Club or two-time?
yeah. So I was here for the 7-figure club back in, what was it, 20? And
Okay.
then now I'm here for the 8-figure club.
Okay. Well, then, so did you skip the six-figure club or did you get your six-figure club award?
We skipped right over the 6-figure club.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, 6 figures was like the first day using Seamless, so didn't even know about the podcast at that point. We jumped
Damn.
straight over that, and
We may not
then
have even have had the club when you started, when you hit the six figures. I'm excited to hear it. And I know the audience doesn't know who you are, but to kick off this President's Club interview, Jordan, tell us, who you are, what you do, and your journey the past few gigs on going from 6 to 7 to 8-figure club.
yeah. So I'm a salesperson. I've been a sales director, director of sales for the last 4 years. Last time I was here as in an individual contributor role. Had some folks reporting into me after that, but grown a lot. It's been a lot of changes in the landscape as well, which is really fun. So I'm at heart, I'm a sales guy. I love doing sales. I love meeting new people and getting them solutions to what they need.
And what were you doing? So what was the company? What were you selling when you won this 6-figure club, and then the 7-figure club, and then I want to hear about the 8-figure club.
Yeah, all the same place. So we were at Clora the whole time.
So sick. And what is
Yeah.
that?
And Clora is a marketplace that connects biotech consultants to biotech companies. Biotech's like super complex and it's really hard to find the right people. So we decided to build a marketplace around that challenge and helps
Nice.
connect people together.
Damn. And how long have you been at this company for?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep. Yep.
And walk me through. Do you remember the strategies of what you did? Like what were you doing before Seamless? And then when did you get Seamless? And what did you do to get to the 6-figure club, the 7-figure club, the 8-figure club? Like, I'd love to hear. You've probably grown. Your go-to-market has probably grown. Like, it's remarkable.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride. So first started using Seamless in 20, like pretty much right when I started at Clora, like maybe 3 or 4 months in. We were struggling with Zoom info at the time, and looking back on it now, I sort of made this bet that straight cold outbound email was the way to go in 20. So I needed more leads. I needed more leads. I was trying to feed this machine that was just crunching through leads. To give you perspective, me, myself, Jordan, sent 240,000 emails in 20.
Damn. A lot.
So back when you could do that, now
Yeah.
very different. Um, so I was looking for lead gen tools to get me contact info, and on LinkedIn, saw one of your posts, stumbled upon it, and was like, I need this immediately. So logged in, got hooked up. My team wasn't approving the spend quick enough, so I just paid for it myself, right out of pocket, and was like, let's hit it.
That's awesome.
So, and that back in the day, when you guys first started out, it was like unlimited. I mean, it was just the most ridiculous deal you could ever have.
Irresistible offer.
Yeah.
We try to make it too good. People feel stupid to say no.
I love Alex Hormozy.
Yeah.
He's been he's actually been one of the ones that's helped me grow the most, I'd say.
It's awesome.
Him and his content. Yeah.
And so, that's step one, right? In 2020, you're hitting up 260,000 people. And then like, how did it progress? Talk to me about after that, like when you hit the 7-figure club and what you were doing. And then now the 8-figure club, it sounds like.
Yeah, so to get to this, the 6-figure club happened real fast. Our deal size was right about 200,000. So we were able to chop that down like really, really quick. And then from there to get to the 7-figure club, is basically the same strategy. I think I hit 7 figures in like 4 months of using Seamless, or 5 months or something like that. Again, with that deal size and just the mass outbound, everything was running. And I actually hit 8 figures in like, I think it was end of 22, but 23 was just crazy. And now we're in 24. So I think we ended somewhere in like 20 something million using Seamless.
Holy shit. Huge
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a good time. But the
2.5,
7-figure,
3 years,
yeah,
20, How many million?
I think it
22,
was
20?
24 last check. Yeah.
I'm gonna have Tyler create new awards for us.
We got to get to that 9-figure club, man.
I
It's
know.
got to
Well,
happen.
what I'm thinking is we've got the 10 or the nine, the 8-figure $10 million award, and then probably do like a 25 million, a 50 million, a 75 million, and 100 million.
Nice.
Um, just so you could climb the ladder with you as you grow the business, because that's huge, man.
Yeah.
But keep going. You were telling the story about how you made that happen.
Yeah, so the sort of mass outbound got us to 7 figures, but then to continue to grow, we had to adjust the way we use Seamless and also the way we sold. So we sort of pivoted into a much more consultative sale. Also, the market changed a lot, as you can imagine. Biotech is sort of a precursor to up or down economy. It usually happens first in biotech, then everything else kind of catches up. So in 22, near the mid 22, we kind of saw that things were going to slow down. So we needed to really pivot hard and offer something much more comprehensive. So we went to basically our same clients and tried to expand within them, making it so it wasn't just a single sale where, hey, you need a person, here's a person, plug them in. Now we were offering something much more comprehensive, which was, hey, we can help you build a team to deploy. And that's going to be a fractional team that can come in. You can spin people up and down, sort of this orchestra effect of different skill sets that you need to get to that next inflection point. And once you reach that, maybe you don't need any of those people anymore, or maybe you only need a subset. They spin down, next crew comes in. And that hit really well because you're saving money, you're saving time, all the things everybody needs to save when money's tight.
Yeah. So it was just basically like resource enhancement and addition, which I know our CFO loves to just like add on fractional people because it's faster and easier sometimes than getting them through the HR headcount approval process.
And even if it's not necessarily headcount approval, but it's like if you just need to get a thing done and you can hire somebody even for the same, let's say, cash output, but you don't have to do benefits and
Yep.
equity and all this other stuff, then you can just plug them in and they have 25 years of experience versus the person you'd hire with 8, you know?
I love it. I love it. And what were like the list building and acquisition and go to market strategies that you had to use to go from the 7 to 8 to the 22 to 25 million dollars in sales? Like, was it different segments, different people, different buyer committees?
Yeah, it was all the above. So the first thing that really helped was enrichment. When you guys added the enrichment feature, being able to go back, update our own data set. Because again, thinking back to 20, when I just ripped everything I could humanly rip out of Seamless, we needed to enrich that because it'd been, a year, 2 years, people moved. And when things are great, people move a lot. When things are bad, people move a lot. So you kind of had to step in and update all of that. So that was huge. We used a lot of our credits doing that. And then from there, we got much more pointed in who we were targeting. So the same folks at the same company, but making sure that we pulled all of their intent data as well. So pulling in LinkedIn profiles, pulling in where they used to work, where they went to school, as much. And it's such when I talk to people who use Seamless, I feel like it's such an underrated part, but where you can say like see everything, you could see like the where they live and the temperature where they live, like all of that intent data
Pitch and tell.
is so powerful. Yeah, it's super powerful.
Yeah, it's like a hidden feature that we definitely have to like coach more people on how to use
It's
because
sick, man.
the high ticket deals, that's where it's perfect. Like when
It
I was
really
at
is.
IBM Interactive, I would have to put together like 5 to 10 pages for my CRO, and I wanted to drown myself every time I was doing it. And the goal with that pitch and tell was just automate it all.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's huge. Like even for smaller deals, like not necessarily like super high volume, but if you're having less than 10 meetings a week, to me, you got to close half of those minimum, right? So if you have that at your fingertips, man, use every bit of intel you have.
yeah, that's amazing. And what advice, like, congrats again. Does it feel surreal? Like, do you believe it? Like, is it like, holy shit, what just happened?
A little bit, because I'm sure you've experienced this too, but especially when you get in the grind, you kind of put your head down and just work. And then you look up and you go back to work, and then you look up, and then all of a sudden you look behind you and there's like 50 miles that you just walked behind you, and you're like, oh, how did we get here? Like, this
Yeah.
is pretty crazy. So it's a lot of just doing the same things every day. I mean, Alex Ramosi, he talks about it a lot. You've talked about it a lot. doing the boring things every single day, from 8 to this time, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it every day. And it's going to be, whatever it is, 100 actions, 100 cold calls, 100 this every single day. And then you get to the end of the year and all of a sudden your book of business looks amazing. Your pipeline is super healthy. So when you fall off and you try to get maybe too innovative or you try to replace just the basics, that things fall off.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And then what about for, what advice do you have for anyone that's watching your Prez Club interview right now? And they're like, you know, almost 25 mil in what, 2.5, 3 years, would you say?
Almost, yeah. So close to 4 years for the
4 years.
24, but yeah, right around there, like
What,
36 months.
36 months. So someone's watching this, just starting a business, or maybe they've been going at it and they hit the six-figure club and they want to get 7 or 8, you name it. Like what advice would you have to yourself just starting out?
Yeah, I think the big one for me that really changed was leverage. So taking your time, being able to leverage it far more like across actions was the biggest thing. So what led that led me to automation. And the more you can automate in your line of work that is effective and reduces your time and it increases your leverage, that's where you're really able to scale. So that's something Seamless did for me really well. Like building lists used to be, man, brutal. Like
Yeah,
so hard to do. You'd have to go to like multiple data sets, buy leads. I mean, you remember the
it's
the
terrible.
tough days. Now it's so
Yeah,
easy. Everybody's like, oh, I have like four different. I have Zoom, I've got Seamless, I've got Apollo, I've got this, I've got that. It's like, oh man. But Seamless really allowed me to run and build lists super fast. And then you take that list and now what's the next set of automation? Because I feel a lot of people try to do everything all at once, boil the ocean. Take one step, execute it at a really high level, figure out how, like, more reps you get, the better, and then figure out how to do it really well. And then you can usually, now that you have all the knowledge, take that and automate it into something easier. So in this case, discovering Seamless, I was like, man, I need to build a list. Where do I go? Okay, next. Now I need to automate email. Where do I go? Okay, check. Now I need to do this and this and this and this. And then you just get better and better.
I love it. And how has your personal life changed? Like looking back, but pre 2020, what was life like? You know, pains, problems, challenges, hopes, dreams, and then what has happened personally for you, your family, you name it, since then, where you're at today, and then would love to hear where you're trying to go after.
Yeah, so family, I mean, changed a lot. Our view has certainly changed. Ironically, we we were in a studio apartment being woken up by the construction of the building we currently live in, up on the 20th floor now. Looking, I don't know if you know Boston, but I'm looking right at the Zakim Bridge. It's beautiful, great area. But literally, this building being built was my alarm clock for about 4 years, waking me up at 6:37 every single day. And moving from that studio into a beautiful, 2-bedroom apartment was huge. And then now I have two dogs, so two adorable Bernedoodles, mini Bernedoodles that
Nice.
hang out all the time. My wife was able to pursue her dream career as a PA. So she's, extremely excited and I was able to support her all through school, no problems at all. And then of course, the stability of investments, being able to look at those and know that in 10, 20 years, there's going to be nothing we need to worry about. And if she wants to stay home with the kids, then she can do that. Not like in the more immediate, not 10, 20 years, but and if she wants to keep working, she can do that as well. It's totally up to her.
Dude, that's amazing. Well, huge congrats to you for, changing the trajectory of your family's life. It's inspiring, it's motivating. Like what would be your takeaway? Like what would be the payoff advice? Like people watching the end of this interview, like what's that one thing that you want them to walk away with before we part ways?
Oof. Yeah, that's a big one. So I think it's have your foundation set and then do the boring things. I think those are the two biggest things. And the other thing is if it's hard, no one else will follow you. I think those are like the three biggest things I realized. I was like, man, this is really hard. And then I was like, oh, it's going to be super hard for that guy too. No one's going to follow me through this forest. So the farther ahead you run, the more you do day to day, the farther and farther you're going to be ahead of everyone else. I think that is the biggest lesson to learn.
Hell yeah. Well, huge congrats, Jordan. I'm super excited. I can't wait for you to hopefully Tyler, you're sitting right next to me. Hopefully he launches this 25, 50, 75, and 100 million club
Okay.
award deal that we're going to get going. And what do you think where you're at now to get to the 50 and 100? What do you need to do or change, you think, to get there?
So I think first and foremost is I gotta start my own thing, man. I'm in the process of building a company now. It kind of came to me in the past like couple of weeks on what needs to be built. So we're on the march. Me and a co-founder launched Go to Market Hero, sort of
Okay, awesome.
building a new
Love the
product.
name.
Thanks, man. GTM Hero. We're loving it. We're building a product for hyper personalization and go to market strategy at scale. So that's coming soon. Be on the lookout for that. But I think that's going to be the only way because, when you're constrained by what someone else's choices might make, even getting to eight figures can be tough if they're not open to like all the innovations you need and trying this and trying that. I mean, you and building Seamless, I mean, you saw it when you're able to make the decisions and you're a sales minded person and you understand like, okay, it's growth at all costs, makes a lot of those the decision making a lot easier, a lot less heartburn. And if you make the wrong decision, you make the wrong decision, you eat it and you move forward.
For sure, man. Well, congrats. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. Whether it's at the current place or your own place. I'm sure we're going to see a ton of success. And where can people follow you, connect with you, learn for more?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best place to check me out. Just Jordan M. Black, LinkedIn link. Yeah, feel free to drop in and say hi. I'm always posting cool content. I'm a big AI. I'm pretty obsessed with AI generally. It's probably why I stumbled across Seamless way back in the day. But lately, I've been pretty up on the mid journey game,
Okay.
building some AI image generation. It's been pretty awesome.
Awesome. Well, congrats again, Jordan. Everyone go follow him, connect with him for more. And this is the playbook. If you want to go from 0 to over 20 million in 4 years, 36 months to be exact, Jordan just gave you the playbook on how to do it. So check it out, learn it, follow it, execute it. And can't wait to see you in the 9-figure club, hopefully in a few, man.
Hey, we'll put it together.
Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you for listening to Sales Secrets with Brandon Bernanson. If you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an episode that drops on the daily. Your success is our success.